Hey Aquarius, welcome to the Forgiving Tarot. This is your November 2020 reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Do check out your placements to get a message that most resonates with you. I'm not telling you what to do. The oracle's not telling you what to do. Ultimately, you have free will. Therefore, you make the best decision for you and those involved. If you're cross-watching or you yourself, Aqua, feel that the roles are in reverse. Please reverse them, take what applies, and leave what doesn't. It's a general reading, not a private reading, so it may resonate, may not resonate. Please be aware of that. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating. It is greatly appreciated. Aqua, Ten of Swords, Moon. Hidden suffering. For some of you, there's been some childhood wounds that have been brought up. You could be suffering in silence for some of you. For some of you, it's like it's something difficult that you're dealing with, but you're not letting anyone know. Or someone is doing this in your environment. Could be dealing with a Pisces because of the Moon card. Let's take a look. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. This is someone here who is confident. Very confident, good looking, someone who knows that things can get done, that will be provided to her, that she can make something happen out of what is given to her out of the situation, right? So let's see here. You have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. This can be a Taurus, could be a marriage, a long-term commitment. This could be lessons as well with the Hierophant. It could have to do with your beliefs, your structure, morals. This is all about rules and regulations as well. So let's see here. You have the Temperance, Sagittarius energy. That's what's crossing this. So Temperance, healing, patience, things working out. You just don't see it. It's something here is happening, but this is the challenge. So the challenge could be the patience part. Maybe you're suffering with something here, but it's all to bring you to a certain phase in your life or another step. It could be that, everything has a reason, but you're not seeing it in that way. So you have the Knight of Wands here. This Knight of Wands kind of screams to me with all of these other cards that are here. This is kind of like, how do I explain it? I can only really explain it the way that I'm feeling it. Adult, child kind of thing. Like this is what you need to do. It's not like that, but it's the way that I have to explain it because it's the only way that I know. I would actually have to think about it. Okay. Aqua. This is what you have to do to gain the wisdom. Now, this could be a particular person in your life. This could be both of you. This could just be you. I'm sorry for the glare. So something here is happening. Okay. Somebody is either refusing to learn their lesson or they see the lesson, but they're having a hard time saying oh, okay, let me be patient because something is working out. I just need to wait. Because this Knight of Wands to me feels like, oh yes, let's just go do it. Let's this very Aries energy. This is Aries right here. So you could be dealing with one or you have it in your chart. And I'm not saying that Aries are immature or anything like that, please. I have Aries in my chart. But there is this sense of impatience, which is definitely a trait stereotypical of a fire sign, but it doesn't matter a lot. Anybody is impatient. It doesn't matter if you're water, fire, earth, whatever, there is this sense of things have been happening for growth here. Although it might have been very difficult, you might have suffered a lot. You know what this feels like? Very odd, very odd. I just got this right now. When a woman is giving birth, the child coming out, that feeling of how would that child feel? Does the child feel constricted? Is that the word? It's very, he needs to push out and needing some sort of help because it's technically the mother is not pushing the child out with her bare hands. She is pushing with her force, her energy. And the child is, going with the flow, trying to go out, even though it's difficult. It's difficult. It's kind of like it's ready to be born, ready to be out in the world, ready to be free. And this is what this feels like. It's kind of like the universe is pushing you, right? You've been molded, you've been created with your sufferings, with the events that have been occurring throughout your life recently, everything all together to bring you to this place of a much more, I don't know why dignified wants to come out, but like to live more of your authentic self in your true nature, in your essence. Okay? And what does this mean? Because sometimes we think, oh, this is me. This is one thing that, when people behave in a way that is not of their highest good, or let's just say it the right way, okay? This is a right and wrong card, okay? There is a right and wrong. It's not just like, it's whatever I think is right and wrong. There are other people in the world, so we can't just be like, well, I think that this is right, so I'm going to go with it. To a certain extent, some things, yes, but other things, no. You know, we can't say that, well, this is an agenda book. I am going to say that it is a magazine. That's my truth. I want to believe that it's a magazine. Okay, you want to believe that's your problem, right? We could say that's your problem. You want to believe it's a magazine, but don't force it upon me. But think about it this way. Everyone knows that this is not a magazine. So whether or not somebody wants to believe it, that it's a magazine, it's not. It's just not. And these topics get so hard to describe, because like I know how it is in my head, but it's hard to like say it. Let's keep going. Yeah, let's keep going, Aqua. I know that you guys don't mind. You guys are awesome. Strength card, Leo energy here in the past. These major arcanas, Aqua, is so much in regards to, I would not be surprised if the Hermit came out. What's another card that has to do with wisdom? The Emperor can be about being in control. He is, in the sense of like he's in control. He knows what to do. He's very proper because of the wisdom that he's gained. That's why you see an old guy. He has that beard just like the Hermit. Wisdom. It's not coming to me. World card can represent learning, lessons, accomplishments. It does represent the womb as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if that one showed up because of the example that I gave. This has to do with, look, the strength that you needed to put up with everything that has been going on, okay? To grow, to push on through. Self-discipline. This card has to do a lot with that. The yellow in these cards are speaking loudly to me. So there can be this sense of clarity, whether it's clarity on who you are, like this enlightenment, okay? All of this has been brought to you for your enlightenment. We have the Eight of Swords. So you're feeling stuck here, feeling trapped, possibly in the mind as well. Maybe feeling like this is never going to end, feeling like you're walking on eggshells for some. You have the Two of Pentacles. You have the Four of Pentacles. So you might be a little bit closed off here with these two cards. Okay, maybe you're keeping to yourself. Maybe you feel restricted. Maybe you feel like you have to be restricted. Maybe you feel like you have to hold yourself back. You might be holding on to something that is making you feel trapped. So it could be the idea of what something was, or it could be a relationship, or what other people think of you. Normally Aquas don't give a what other people think, to be honest, but there could be some sort of element. I mean, just because you're an Aquarius doesn't mean that all Aquariuses don't care what people think. If you were born, for example, if you grew up, for example, with a parent or guardian or whatever, someone in your life who was an example or an authority figure or someone who took care of you, and that individual their opinion mattered to you, or you felt that you always had to prove yourself to them or whatever, other people's opinions of you will matter. Regardless, if you're like, I don't care. You know how people sometimes they act like that. I don't care what other people think, but deep down you do. You really do. It could be that. So it could be that something like that has surfaced within a connection or just recently, and you're starting to realize, like, maybe I do actually value what other people think of me. And although that's not such a terrible thing, okay, it's not such a terrible thing, but I need to also recognize that I can't live my life thinking that I need to please the other person, thinking that I need to have the other person's approval, that I need to feel validated by someone else. Although that is good, although when somebody cares about you, they do validate you, obviously, but we can't I can't move at all. I am trapped in this juggling act because I need to feel loved by someone else. Do you get what I'm saying? All right, so external to you, you have the Two of Cups. You have the Ten of Pentacles. And your outcome is the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You have Taurus here with the Hierophant already. So let's take a look before we clarify these cards, Aqua. What do we have for Aquarius, please? Pay attention to the red flags and stay optimistic about your love life. And what's at the bottom? Getting to know each other. Let's take one more. This could be the one. So pay attention to the red flags. Stay optimistic about your love life. Getting to know each other. This could be the one. This could be the one. So with the pay attention to the red flags, there might be someone in your life here who is your person. So staying optimistic is kind of like, this patience, that there's something here, that there are certain lessons or there are certain trials that someone here needs to go through for their own growth, to be a healthier person, to be in a healthier relationship, because clearly that's something that they want with the Two of Cups. It could be something here that you want as well. And with the pay attention to the red flags, it could be, taking your time, not jumping into something so quickly. Something that is long-term, something that is committed, something that takes its time. That's why you need to be patient, etc., etc. Okay? When you're baking a cake, you think baking a cake takes 3 minutes? You open up that oven. I took already a long time trying to prepare it. Mixing it and putting the correct ingredients, and I even added healthy ingredients. And you're like, well, 3 minutes are up. I can't wait any longer. You open up the oven and you're like, great, now I'm gonna eat it. It smells so good. It probably does. And then you're like, well, you eat it and it's completely raw and you're like, oh, gross. This is gross. Look at all the hard work I put into it and it turned out like crap. If we just left it in there for an extra 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I'm just giving you an example. Cake doesn't take that. It takes a little bit longer, but whatever. Let's say you're making cupcakes. If you left it in there for a little bit longer, it would have been perfect. So with this could be the one, you could listen to your intuition. Obviously, not everyone is dealing with their, I don't even want to say it like that, because here's the thing. We think that, oh, this person, they were wrong for me, they were wrong in my life, but it's only to elevate me to the next step. Sometimes it's the perfect person, and they're elevating you to the next step along with them. Here's the thing. This is why this day and age, everything is so like, it has to be instant. I need to feel satisfied. I need to be like instant gratification kind of thing, versus the olden days where people actually had to stick on through and they made it work. And if it wasn't working, they just stuck on through. Although they suffered, yes. But what were they getting something out of it? The thing is here, being in a hangman position, it's not here. you're seeing things from a different perspective. Is it possible for you to be in a situation and shine through? Yes. The point here is to decipher. This Strength card always reminds me of just self-discipline, really, and deciphering when it's time to back off. Some situations, you're doing everything possible and you are growing and you are there with someone. Let's say you suffered a very long time with someone, but that helped you grow. You learned the particular lesson. Life, you never stop learning. There's always another lesson that you're going to have to learn. But the other person that you're with needed to possibly learn a lesson as well at the same time you did, but they're taking much longer. Sometimes we're like, I don't want to stay here anymore for this person to learn their lesson. They're going to have to learn their lesson regardless, with you or with another person. So if you stick on through and this person ends up learning their lesson with you because you've learned already a lesson, it's kind of like the universe is saying, well, now you have a little bit more patience to deal with the situation. You love and care for this person. Isn't that what you said? Loving and caring for someone is not when they're caressing your hair and they're cooking you your meal, and they give you a foot massage. Yeah, that comes with it too. But what about when this person's not all of that? When they're not cupcakes and rainbows? Where's the love there? Now, if this person is not all cupcakes and rainbows constantly, okay, then obviously there is that's when you're like, that's when you need to use your wisdom, decipher, you need to discern. That's the word that I'm looking for. Let's clarify. Queen of Wands, we have the Ten of Wands. This is a lot of work. This has taken a lot of work, and you've taken it, to be honest. I feel like you've taken it like a trooper. If it's not you, then it's the other person. Okay, but it seems like the feminine energy here is struggling, or did struggle a lot, and she's done a lot of work. And she looks like she's just sitting there like she did nothing. Seven of Cups. And this feminine energy does not have to be, if you're a male watching this, this could be the feminine energy within you. Okay? Seven of Cups with the Hierophant. Confusion. Options. What to do, what not to do. This is somebody here who needs structure and balance. For some of you, you might be confused about a relationship. You might be confused about where it's going. Maybe it's a Taurus in particular. The Temperance, you have the Star card. Aquarius energy. It takes time. That's what I'm getting here. It takes time. For some of you, you feel like it's not even worth the wait. Others of you, it's kind of like losing this sense of patience. It's not having hope for a particular situation. For some of you, it could be in regards to Sagittarius. We have the Emperor here. Aries energy with this Knight of Wands. This is somebody here who is growing, okay? From the Knight of Wands to the Emperor. Others of you, this could be someone here who is learning to take control of a particular situation. This is all reiterating everything I said. Aquarius energy here with the King of Swords could be Libra or Gemini with the Strength card. This is also an understanding. This is strength in your intellect as well, which is very easy for air signs. You have the Eight of Swords, clarifying the Eight of Swords. Let's get another deck. I have the Eight of Swords here. Queen of Wands. There she is again. Aries, Sag, Leo. Aqua, you could be thinking about this Queen of Wands Or if this is you, this is feeling trapped. Like you're ready to make something happen, but it's just not happening. Two of Pentacles. I feel like that card is just really signifying a lot of patience. Balance. This could have to do with material things. It could have to do with money, life in general. What is this? The Star? No, the King of Swords again. King of Swords and the Queen of Wands. And maybe wondering if this is actually going to be balanced, whether or not this can be. I don't feel like somebody is trapped. Ace of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. I don't feel like somebody is like trapped in a juggling act. It could be feeling trapped in this back and forward. What is this? The Five of Cups. Regret, sadness. Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Whether or not someone is actually going to invest, put in the work, focus on this. What else is here? Six of Swords with this Two of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups with the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. Someone does want to put in the work. Someone is still holding on to this because they still find value in this. They still... Five of Cups. Yeah, there's the sadness. And the Knight of Swords. Why is the Knight of Swords here? Where's the deck? Why is the Knight of Swords here with the King of Pentacles? That's the World. Fool, Page of Wands, Four of Wands, Magician, Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this person is wanting to fight for this King of Pentacles. He sees the value in this. There has been a long-term something. It's difficult. A lot of suffering here with this Ten of Swords. But this also has to do with someone is struggling in feeling secure in a place where they feel they should be feeling secure. Whether it's placing your heart in someone's hands, or it's placing your all within a relationship that you have been in for many years. Love yourself first. So the love yourself first just really means we need to work on ourselves before we start pointing the finger to someone else. It's easy to point the finger to someone else. But you know how they say, you are not trapped? I am trapped because I can't, because of this, this, and that. Are you really? If you were left stranded, I guarantee you'd make something work. What is holding you back? Fears? One card that showed up in the beginning. Fears of suffering again. Fears of something ending. Ten of Swords. Eight of Cups. Fear of walking away. Fear of someone walking away. King of Wands. Hanged Man. Fear of not knowing where to go, which direction. Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Two of Cups. Look, I don't know if this is you or them. Maybe it's both of you. But somebody absolutely does still want this connection. My question is probably yours. The World, the Ten of Wands, the Devil. Ending a toxic cycle, a toxic burden. Holding on to something. Somebody could be holding on to an addiction, and the devil could be anything. It could be an addiction to anything, an addiction to needing constant validation, affection, intimacy, drugs, alcohol, shopping, food. Devil could also represent, again, fears, anger, rage, judgments, anything that's lower vibration, that's really not moving anyone forward. Why does the devil exist? Why do these things exist if that doesn't help us move forward? Because it's needed, because technically it doesn't push us to move forward. It kind of holds us back. But let me tell you something I don't have here. This is you, okay? This is the devil holding you back. You want to go. But once you release the devil, you're like a boomerang. You go faster. Do you get what I'm saying? So the devil is needed to sometimes open our eyes, to sometimes, because we're not ready until we get that push, we go. Do you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, I love giving analogies. It's like, don't fix what's not broken. So you're driving your car, you know that it needs new tires. Oh, it's okay. It can still go. It can. So you're technically right. So you go until you wear them out completely. They're worn out completely. And you're like, okay, it's time for me to change my tires. So the thing is, do you go change the tires or do you keep going? I don't have money right now. So there's always, obviously not having money is a legit reason. But your tire blows out because it was completely bald. And now you need a new tire. Now you're forced.